And I was thinking about it, and here's just basically what it comes down to. Prior to the ATF rule, if a frame or receiver was 80% complete or more, that hunk of metal, that chunk of plastic, that was now regulated as a firearm. 79% and down, not a firearm. So a bunch of manufacturers said, okay, well, what if we sell things at that 75%, that's 70%, that's 79%, the 40%? And ATF saw that and they said, you know what? We don't like this. So in 2022, Biden's ATF went out there and basically passed a rule that said, look, again, rule, not law, that said, you know what? If you've got all the things in one place, to take something from 0%, which could just be a pile of metal, whatever it is, polymer, take it from 0% to 100%, but you got all the tools in one spot, that is now a firearm. What the Supreme Court said in this case is, look, we are not going to pass a bright line rule. And the ATF historically has had the ability to determine, vis-a-vis these 80% rulings and so forth, when something is a firearm or when it is not. Now, we may not like that. We may not want to agree with that, but just the same, that is what the Supreme Court said. What the Supreme Court was very careful in what they said, though, is they're not saying, look, a 0% firearm, a pile of polymer, and a jig and some instructions is a firearm. They declined to take it that far as the Biden gun grabbing ATF back in 2022 wanted. What they are saying, what they did say is, look, you get to certain things close to that 80% mark. They gave some specific examples of polymer 80 and all that kind of stuff. That is a firearm. And again, I'm not saying we've got to like that. I'm not saying we've got to agree with that. I'm not saying that it's fair to me that this always happens when I try to go on vacation up in beautiful northern Wisconsin, and then gun things happen and I've got to be here. But that's just the same. The really quick 2-minute-ish summary of what happened here. Polymer 80, those sorts of things, close enough. That's what the Supreme Court said. I don't like it, but at the same time, the sky is not falling. The sky is not falling. We just have to be very clear about that. They were also very clear to say that, look, we are ruling this way because the rule in its totality, which is what was specifically challenged, the rule in its totality, because you do have these examples like these 79% polymer 80s and so forth, eh, close enough to a gun, we're calling it a gun. But they were very clear about the fact that, look, you get to these 5%, 10%, 30%, whatever, maybe even 50 or 60. We don't really know where they're going to draw the line. And yes, that interpretation of the rule, no go. So there it is. No fear mongering. Hopefully, I don't do that on this channel, but that's just the no BS take on it. I wanted to do it quick, short, fast, sweet. 2 minutes ish. We're pushing 3 now. So hopefully, there you have it. I'm going to get back. I'm taking out a couple of my boys shooting right now, but I literally pulled over the UTV pictured there in the background to shoot a quick video on because I got a much faster way of summarizing this. So hope that helps you. Let me know in the comment field down below after this video is done if you like the short version. You guys take care. I'm gonna go take some kids shooting. You should too. Have a good one, guys.